Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is Daybreak 2. I'm back from my trip and we're gonna continue on with our story, but while I was out, I did have access to a PC every once in a while. So I thought I might as well prep a little bit. I don't want to call it grinding because it wasn't long enough for anything like that, but the one thing I did do is the one that I show you here. I did all the clear bonuses, meaning I cleared the floating isles 3 times in order to get our bonuses. That means that every time we now go in there, we have a 40% increase in shard tokens, 20% increase in item drops, and 20% on Sepith. So, not bad if we ever need to do that. Are we gonna do that? Not for the moment, but it has set us up a little bit for what comes next. So let's log out. I think this is where I was. Did we see everything? I think I did, but we have to be sure. Okay, so I'm gonna do a quick run of all locations, because it's been such a long time since I did this. For me, it's been about like 3 weeks. So I'm gonna have a quick look around, which should be like a minute or two, which I could have done before I started up everything. But I feel like we need at least one more region.
Want some veggies?
Could be just a tree on tower, but I think we've been there. We saw the Mishi show that was with a little bit of an alternative Mishi, if I have to say so myself. Yeah, I think that was it. I think we ended it.
Here I go!
In the cafe, upwards whenever we met some of our old friends.
We've hit up all the spots worth visiting.
Then I suggest we head for the tower.
We will just have a quick check.
Welcome to the Treon Well.
See if they're still there.
You'll also find the Fern Store, a movie theater, boutiques, and other various shops to peruse.
Yeah, they're still there. And Toa, of course, the main surprise when we saw that. Okay, yeah.
Sample a range of imported goods from the liberal kingdom.
Only allowed if we go from the other location. Alright, I think we're ready. Let's head over to Treon Tower.
Please check it out.
And if we do see anybody we need to talk to on the way, we definitely will be doing something like that. I think we're fine. I think we're ready. Yeah, it's starting to come back to me. Ooh, archaisms. Can attack with the old people out here. Are you done sightseeing around the tower? Yes, we are finished sightseeing. Yeah, we've had our fill. So, now that we've taken a turn around Treon Mall, what are your thoughts? Well, it's got a good vibe for people our age, and there's plenty of family-friendly spots too. Plus, I'd make half a decent date spot. I give it 4 stars. She wasn't asking for a review. Did you already forget why we're here? Who, me? No way. My clue radar just never went off, that's all. Well, I kept an eye out myself, but I didn't notice anything out of the ordinary either. What about you, Swin? Well, the same as you two. Nothing special. I see. That just leaves the tower itself then. As much as I'd like to be all woohoo, let's go. This is the part where we have to start taking things seriously, huh? Well, the observation deck is open to general public, but any orbital network facilities will be located elsewhere. I should be able to get us permission to investigate on that front, but we may want to see what the staff can tell us first. Makes sense to me. Break a leg, Blade Lady. We'll be waiting right here for you. You aren't coming? Talking things out will probably go a lot smoother without us. Trust me, we'd only get in your way. Well, alright. Make yourself comfortable then. I'll go speak with the relevant employees and circle back. Alone at last. You know what that means as time for a dating montage. Let's take a rain check on that. There's something else I'm curious about. Oh, hey there. Welcome back. You by yourself? Where's Swin? I sent them on a little errand, but they should be back real soon. Oh, speak of the devil. Hey, ass. That was quick. Find anything out? Unfortunately not. I spoke with security, but no one saw any suspicious persons enter or leave the building. The communication facilities and equipment aren't much different. Nothing unusual has been reported at all during their periodic inspections. So we're fresh out of leads. On the surface, yes. But that may change if we can examine the main control systems directly. That's why I took the liberty of getting us clearance. This is your area of expertise, right, Nadia? You really do your homework, huh? But, you know, there is one thing we can try. There is? You all done, Nadia? Just about. The comparison results should be popping up any second now. Results for what exactly? Operation RoboVac Trackdown. I beg your pardon? Our perpetrator is among them. They are? Probably. I think you've tried her patience enough. Just give it to her straight already. Fine, fine. First, let me redirect your attention to one of the many mecha janitors roaming around us. At the risk of repeating myself, those automated cleaning machines operate exclusively in the 3rd district. They were brought in on a trial basis by Valdis Investment Bank, one of Trion Tower's biggest sponsors. Right, but we reached out to Toa, we got in touch with Professor Hamilton, and she gave us the RoboVac spec sheets, plus the source codes for their main systems. Just goes to show, connections are everything. I'm surprised Professor Hamilton would authorize that. Well, it turns out her offering to help wasn't just to be polite. Yeah, sweet old ladies like her are the best. So now we just use the data to analyze the RoboVac's behavioral routines, adjust for the area cartography info, along with the active unit count and time frame. And presto, a complete map of every RoboVac pathing route. I didn't even realize that was possible. Well, only because we had all the other parameters first. Besides, these calculations tell us where they're supposed to go, not where they actually went. That's where S came in a clutch. Well, I went around attaching transmitters to any RoboVacs that were nearby. Obviously, there was no way I could get every single one, but lucky for us, they can detect and coordinate with any friends of theirs nearby. So, as long as units are being tracked, we can get a beat on pretty much all of them. Now, if I take the expected routes from earlier and cross-reference them with the ones on record, would you look at that, some of them don't line up. Meaning they were hacked? Bingo! There are security checks for people going in and out of Trion Tower, but they have no reason to suspect the cleaning machine they themselves are using. That makes the RoboVacs a safe and reliable means of getting close to the tower's control systems. As for why nothing turned up in their inspection, the virus used to infect the network is probably self-destructing. In other words, after it does its thing, it removes any trace it was ever there. Then after the inspections are over, the perpetrator hacks a different robot, and the cycle starts all over. That way, they can exploit part of Trion Tower's control system to commit their cybercrimes with no one the wiser. The pieces do seem to align. I have to say, I'm impressed you were able to put all this together, Nadia. Though Swin deserves some credit as well for noticing something was off with the RoboVacs in the first place. You could tell it was me, and you call us impressive. Yeah, you're pretty quick on the uptake. They wouldn't have made me A-rank otherwise. Would you mind walking me through your thought process? Well, if you really want to know, what tipped me off was the strange way some of the RoboVacs were behaving. The routes they were taking felt less than optimal from a cleaning perspective. It was like they were trying to avoid being spotted or keep a low profile in the case that they couldn't. As someone who's used to staying on the radar, I tend to pick up on this kind of thing. Ah, so I see. Incidentally, have you two ever given any thought to becoming bracers? Is that an invitation? It is. The guild is always short-staffed. Our branch in Edith is especially in need now that Fee returned to Arbonia. And you two wouldn't be the first people with a complicated past to register with us. It's surprisingly common, in fact. Well, as tempting as the offer sounds, no way, Jose. The guild burns their members out like a box of matches. And don't get me started on your working hours. I need to save all that room in my planner for back-to-back siestas. Yep, a lazy life of leisure is the only one for me. And there's your answer. Well, no shame in trying. Ooh, I spy something on the move. Another RoboVac straight off its unexpected route. Can you say hacked? It just went into the tower through the back door. Probably to launch another viral attack. Then we'd better launch an attack of our own. Right. Catching up to it should give us a clue as to who's responsible for this. Maybe. If we can get to the program before its hacking is self-destructed, maybe. Or wherever he's going tells us what they're after, maybe. It's headed through the observation deck, onwards and upwards. Trion Tower observation deck. That's definitely an impressive view. Here's the observation deck. Too bad that we can just kick our feet up. The RoboVac should be past this door here. Looked like it went to the control room at the top of the stairs. Let's move in then. I've already received permission from security. Right. Okay. Hello everyone, welcome to Trion Tower's observation deck. Here you can use our telescopes to view Edith in all of its splendor, free of cost. Ah, come on. Not allowed to make the rounds for this one other person and the shop there, really? Alright, we'll do as you want. Over there. I think it noticed us. We're blocking the only exit, there's nowhere to run. Shoot, it's gonna ram itself into the servers and corrupt the data. Not on my watch. You slashed out its legs faster than I could say, holy moly. I barely even had the time to blink. Less gawking, more investigating. The culprit is bound to have realized what happened by now. Got it. What the? I think we're out of luck. What? How? Well, the hacking programs already start the auto-deletion process. And without better hardware, I won't have time to trace the signal back to the perp. At this rate, every last bit of data is gonna get wiped. I was afraid of that. Ugh, this sucks. Everything past this point is out of my depth. If Ren were here, she'd know what to do. We could send for more personnel and better equipment, but it would be too little too late. We finally found a lead and it's slipping right through our fingers.
It appears you're in something of a fix.
Professor Hamilton? What are all of you doing here? Well, it was Her Highness' suggestion actually. You see, I was simply beside myself with curiosity after learning what you were up to. Your call earlier suggested that you'd found some sort of clue in how those cleaning robots are acting. And since the network outages you're investigating are taking place all throughout the city, it stood to reason that you would head to the control room of this tower, where Edith's orbital traffic comes from. You act like it's no big deal, but that's some top-tier sleuthing there. In any event, it would seem we made the right choice in coming. Nadia, why don't you try hacking in from your end? Huh? But it'll be fine, dear. Go right ahead. What do I do now? It'll be tough going if you jump in unprepared, so allow me to lend you this. Oh, how adorable. What a peculiar shape. Where have I seen it before? While this avatar is borrowed, it contains hacking tools made specifically for orbital networking environments. It should be more than manageable for someone of your ability. Oh, color me impressed. Okay, here goes nothing. Alright, we've done this before. So we know we can do this, we just have to find out where the tracker is. And then go against it. Alright.
Code under analysis. Security clear.
Just go in random directions where I don't see anyone trying to pick us off.
Analyzing code. Security clear.
Think we picked the right
Code
route?
under analysis. Security clear. Mission accomplished.
Hacking complete. Got him. Mission complete. Oh, you managed to track the signal back? All in a day's work for yours truly. Though I couldn't have done it without that cute little AV and its tool. Thanks a bundle, Prof. I'm just glad it worked out in the end. So, now you know where the culprit is, right? Yep, there were several layers of dummy data to throw me off, but I made it through eventually. The coordinates of whoever's been hacking the Robovacs, and who's been messing with the Edith's orbital network are right here. Where's here exactly? It appears to be just shy of the city's unofficial 13th district, otherwise known as the Black Light District. Well, thinking back, this reminds me of something Zin mentioned. Supposedly there's a desolate corner of the district where the air is so stagnant that even its residents rarely step foot inside. They call it the Condemned Sector. Yeah, that's fishy with a capital F. I mean, what better place to hold up if you're looking to get some evil doing done? Well, we just have to go down there and see what we can find. I'm afraid the rest of us won't be of much help from here on, but I have faith that the three of you will be able to handle things just fine. Take care, everyone. Be safe, okay? We will. Thank you again for your assistance. See you around, Toa. If you're staying in Edith, it's only a matter of time before we run into each other again. Oh, sorry to interrupt, but would you mind if I accompanied you to this condemned sector? I don't think that's a good idea. But Sharit has told me much of his first-hand experiences with Arkride Solutions escapades. If you're substituting for them, it only follows that I should take the place of my brother. Would it not be a natural course of things? That's a pretty big stretch. And not to mention, when I see the two of you interact, it feels as if I'm among old friends. What I mean is to say, you're the spitting image of the protagonist in my favorite book series. Your favorite book series? Yes, it follows a young assassinate girl he calls his partner in their quest to defy fate. I highly recommend it. Yeah, I think we all know which book she's talking about. Ugh. While I understand how you feel, Your Highness, I'm afraid I can't allow this. The Blacklight District is lawless as it is, to say nothing of this condemned sector. We have no way of predicting what dangers might be lying in wait down there. Oh, I thought as much. It is disappointing to be certain, but I won't protest any further. Even if I had a bodyguard, there's no denying that I would only get in your way. Would that I could have borrowed Najee from my brother beforehand. Then it would be a different story. Anyway, just leave it to us for now. We'll tell you all about our daring do next time we meet up, okay? I'll be waiting with bated breath. May Arusha protection be with you. Hey, just popping in with an update from the Marduk support. Further analysis have revealed a new floor of the Martian garden, so check it out when you get a chance, okay? Maybe. A second floor has been added to the Martian garden.
Tower's observation deck stands 215 arch above ground level, providing a panoramic view of the entire capital.
Oh, the condemned sector sounds really dangerous. I'm sure it'll be okay as long as Elaine's with you, but do try to be careful. Well, I'm a little sad I wasn't able to see you in action, but it'll be alright, so long as you tell me all about it after you complete your investigation.
What a view!
Look at all those teeny tiny people down there. They're like ants beneath our feet.
And the award for least intimidating villain laugh goes to...
It was slightly intimidating, let's be honest. Oh, it's clear that the culprit is adept at hacking. I hope the three of you will stay safe out there. Good luck. We'll definitely do our best to be safe, I promise. Why must the lights outside glitter so brightly? No, cast your minds elsewhere, Giulietta. You must keep that longing for freedom buried deep within. This tower is neither entrance nor exit, but that doesn't deter my prince from showing up below my window. That alone fills me with so much joy. I let down my long locks and lift him up to me. My prince, please come hither. I don't think this is the kind of tower. Last time I checked, there was an entrance and exit. Right, quit being such a wet blanket and let the girl play pretend. Anyway, she's really getting into the role, huh? She might be better at acting than you, Agnès. Shut it. The view from here is so lovely, it's almost cruel. It's beckoning me to set foot outside this tower. No, I must resist the temptation. If I wait a little longer, my prince will surely come to take me away. I must not give in to despair. Now hurry to my side, my beloved prince.
So sleepy.
Yeah, it's no time for sleep, now it's time for our interaction.
Please relax and enjoy the heavenly view.
Please enjoy the view of our beautiful capital, and why not do so with a snack or a drink in hand? That's the spiel we have to give all our customers. But honestly, being so high up really freaks me out. I wish I could enjoy the view like everyone else, but it's just so scary.
Hi there. Want to try something?
Things you already have.
Come again.
Let's move.
Trion Tower's observation deck
Probably will
stands
come again, I'm
215
sure.
arch above ground level, providing a panoramic view of the entire capital.
Ooh, there might be another quest on the board.
Welcome to the Trion Mall.
Alright, well, we are here. I also noticed we had a blue vacuum flask, so let's send that to Van, shall we? A blue flask that is so effective, it's even preserved the bubbles in carbonated beverages. Van will probably like this.
Gotta treat myself every now and then.
Trion Tower, one of Edith's major landmarks.
Let's see, is there anything else? No, the rest goes straight to Blacklight District.
You'll also find the Fern Store,
Let's
a movie
see
theater, boutiques,
There is a
and
forest
other
PG
various
on the
shops to
bulletin
purchase.
board. A T-phone fraud. Someone approached me at Trion Mall a few weeks ago. I asked if I was interested in buying a super cheap T-phone. I said yes, of course, but then I found out it was all a scam. Please tell me you can do something about this. I'll be waiting at the bulletin board in front of the Trion Tower, just in case. Well, you know our policy when it comes to side content. Once they show up, they have to be completed before we continue on with the main story.
Claim a visit today
And
make a
that's
wishy
what we're gonna do.
wishy.
Let's talk to Nat. Are you Nat? We saw your 4SPG. Oh, then you must be the spriggan I've been hearing about. That's right. Although we were actually just filling in for the real one for a bit. I'll be honest. I was expecting someone a little more shady looking. Glad you're not though. But you, I seen you somewhere before, miss? Don't mind me. I'm not actually a spriggan, I just lend them a hand every now and then. Anyway, would you mind explaining your request in a little more detail? Oh yeah, sorry. Let me explain. I guess to put it simply, I was swindled out of Mira. Some guys came up to me saying they had a cheap T-phone on sale, with just a few stipulations. T-phones? They are the consumer-grade version of Zyvas that act as mobile terminals, right? Didn't they start selling them this year? That's right, they've been all the rage since they went on sale. It's supposed to be a top-of-the-line gadget. But up until now, mobile terminals have only been available to people like government officials or people in the guild or the military. But now even your average Joe can get one. It's like we stepped in a whole new era. A T-phone is like a status symbol. If you manage to bag one, the whole world will know how classy you are. You sure are passionate about them. Guys get psyched up about the weirdest things. Well, anyway, that's why I was so excited to head to the Vern store to pick one up. But the single T-phone is pretty expensive. They're like, I don't know, 20,000 Mira. That's way out of my price range, so I was starting to feel pretty bummed out. Then when I left the store, these two guys approached me. They showed me flyers for cheap T-phones and said they could hook me up with one for 5,000 with only a few stipulations. When I asked if they could tell me more, they took me to a nearby cafe to talk. So someone came along at the right time and talked to you into what you thought was a good deal. But what were these stipulations you mentioned? Well, the first thing they said was that even though these cheaper T-phones were official products, they got them from a problematic source. They were supposed to be distributed to the members of some institution, but these guys ended up getting them on the down low. On the down low? So what you're saying is that they were sold illegally. Sounds like a deep-seated issue if that's the case. Yeah, but despite that, they told me not to worry because it was all a grey area. But if I did happen to get out to the police or guild, they would have to stop selling them. So they told me to keep the truth between us. They also told me that if it happens to break on me, I couldn't take it to an official dealer. Those were two main stipulations they had. They wanted me to sign a contract and everything. I see. If they really were grey area, you'd think they'd be a little less hush-hush about all of it. It definitely sounds suspicious. I'm guessing you ended up signing anyway? Yeah, I was told they had a limited supply and that they were on a first-come, first-served basis, so I panicked, you know? But the real problem is what happened next. The T-phone they sold me doesn't even work. It's a complete piece of junk. It doesn't even have the camera functionality it's supposed to, and I can't even get a call to connect properly. I see. The very model of a scam. I mean, I do feel a little sorry for you, but you cannot put this on yourself. So, what do you want us to do about these scam artists? Well, the thought of them getting away with this while I wallet in despair is a big bruise to my ego. And while I do want them to get raked over the coals for this, I really just want to get all my Mira back. I thank you both of your wishes if you reported this to the police. And yet you decide to put a 4RPG request instead. Well, I know what you're trying to say. I get that it's selfish of me. Here I am, wanting to get them back for swindling me, yet I'm not willing to accept the consequence of my own mistakes. I don't see why it's such a big deal. Everybody looks out for number one in the end, right? Except for me, because I always put S first no matter what. Oh, wait, though. Now that we've added a certain doll to the ranking... Oh, brother. Getting back to the matter at hand, this certainly sounds like a request that leans more towards the edge of law. So, what would the sub 2 Spriggans like to do about it? I don't mind taking on the job. What to do? As always, we accept. Alright, I understand. We'll take the case. But as far as giving them grief goes, that will depend on their response to us. You mean it? Oh, thank you. Well, with that settled, I guess I'd better drum up what little motivation I have. So, do you still have the flyers you said they gave to you? Well, I've got the T-phone at least. Here, you'll probably need it. I wish I had the flyer, but I actually ended up throwing it away. Well, the first thing to do is to gather some intel on these guys. Right. They don't seem to be in the area right now, so we should be able to ask around without worrying we'll scare them off. In that case, why don't we head to the furniture store and see if anyone has seen a pair of scammers around? Maybe we should check in with some of the neighboring shops too. Well, make sure that those guys aren't selling brand name knockoffs of other products, right? Exactly. You're so smart ass. It's important that we get a good idea of how widespread their operation is first. Although it's likely they're not doing this with anything other than T-phones. Well, if you're worried about other potential knockoffs, the Liberal boutique seems like it'll be a likely target. After all, they're set to stock a famous wine from Liberal, the Grand Chardonnay. A single bottle can get pretty expensive, depending on the year. I see. I guess we better get started then. It's probably for the best that we don't tell people we're investigating swindlers though. Don't want to cause unnecessary panic. Let's just stick to asking if they know anything about cheap T-phones. Alright, I'll wait around outside the mall until you guys reach out. Don't want to risk running into them again, you know? Sure. We'll let you know what we find.
RPG time!
Quest defraud started.
This stuff is cutting edge.
Okay. So I got 2 points there. I think that should be enough for... Oh, and we've got Liberal Boutique as well. Well, let's go downstairs.
Welcome to the Treon Mall. Here you'll find Treon Tower, one of Edith's major landmarks. Welcome to the Girl Boutique. You'll also find the Burn Store, a movie theater, boutiques, and other various
Welcome. A store offers some of the finest goods produced in the Liberal Kingdom. Might as just trying the frozen dinners? They're from a high-class restaurant in Bows called the Entros. Or perhaps an acerbic tomato would be more your liking. We also have a figurine of a ZCF airship. Oh, it's too much. I'm getting some serious choice paralysis here. Actually, if you got a non-packaged Liberal food, I'd be super interested in that. Trying a recipe that's been passed down from generation to generation would give me a taste of what Liberals really like. Nadia, this is a boutique, not a restaurant. Actually, we have been thinking about opening an in-store eatery. Our plan is to hire someone who can prepare and serve some fresh Liberal cuisine. Really? That sounds nice. We'd very much like if you visit us again once we begin that service. Wow, and here I was thinking I'd throw you off your game by pointing out a missed opportunity. Definitely heard that one before. Alright, let's ask her about the topic.
One sec.
There was a lot of shops carrying high-end goods. We should check and see if any of them are experiencing a scam, similar to the one with the T-phones. Sorry, but could we bother you for a moment? Spin's group told the clerk about the cheap T-phones, and then asked if she'd seen anything similar happening with other products. Unfortunately, I don't believe I know much about the cheap T-phones, and I haven't heard anything regarding scams on high-end products either. The only products of ours that would be potential target is our Grand Chardonnay. I don't think we've had any complaints or returns though. I doubt we have any reason to worry there. Well, sounds like the store isn't being targeted then. Yeah, a swing and a miss. But for a silver lining, I guess now we know that there's only one shop that's having issues. Well, now that I think about it, there has been one thing I have found concerning. Recently, I've seen a couple of men posting flyers out in front of our stores. It all just seemed like a little suspicious. I noticed them sometimes on my lunch break. Can you give us more details about them? Well, I started seeing the two of them at the beginning of the year. I haven't seen them today, but they're here pretty much every day from afternoon until evening. I often see the two of them discussing something while snooping around by the furniture store. They seem to be handing out their flyers to people on their way out. I assume they've been discussing who to target before they leave the store. That's actually some really useful information. Wow, you're pretty observant for having caught all that. I don't think your average person would think twice about what some guys handing out flyers were up to. And on top of that, you're so refined and well spoken, but not quite as stuffy as an aristocrat. Being so detail oriented, it almost makes me think you used to work as a maid at some place super fancy. Do you always have to do that? You're very perceptive. Oh, Lila? Delilah? The maid of the mayor? Huh. Well, I don't think I made a connection in the previous episode, I think. Maybe I did. Huh. I'm making it now again, then. If you're capable of deducing all that, I assume you must be no ordinary customer either. That's right. When a mystery presents itself, I've got no choice but to solve it. It's all part of my detective saga. Who do you think you're fooling? It's no problem. It's not as though I'm looking to hide it from anyone. When I used to live in Liberal, I worked in a city called Bose, and that was famous for its commerce. Well, there I was a maid for a gentlewoman who supported me quite graciously. In fact, opening up the shop was her idea in the first place. Oh really? It sounds like the person she's referring to isn't just any noblewoman. Now that I think about it, isn't the mayor of Bose a young woman? Well, I've never been to Liberal before. Maybe I'll think about taking a trip soon. Oh yes, if you have the opportunity, please do. I think it will make for a lovely holiday getaway. We'd better move on to our next stop as... Right. That was interesting. And like I said, I don't know if I made that connection with Lila before, but there's a good chance I did. Like I said, it's been over 3 weeks ago. And an intense trip where I had a lot on my plate. But still, I'll take it again if needed. So for now, we have only 2 more locations on top near the Vern store. Clues we wanted to inspect. And I guess after that we're going to see if we can find some of the flyers. Ah, there's another one of those vacuum bots.
Made his way to Calvard. Pay him a visit today and make
One sec.
tea with Mishy.
This lady seemed really taken in by this stuff. I guess she's really into orbital hardware. I'll bet she knows something. Excuse me, miss. Do you mind if we ask you a few questions? Nag and the other told the lady about their investigation into heavily discounted T-phones. Hey, maybe she means like the ones that were on that paper, Mom. Oh, you mean the flyer we got after we left the Vern store? These 2 men came up to us out of nowhere and started trying to sell us on something. You got the flyer? Is there a chance you still have it on you? Oh, no, I tore it up after copying their info down. They kept going on about how there was a reason they were able to get their T-phone so cheap. I thought it was a little bit too suspicious. I refused their offer before they could explain any further. It's too bad about the flyer, but that was probably the smart thing to do. Is there anything else you can remember about them? Oh, now that you mention it, they did seem a bit worried about something when we left. Something about not meeting today's quota and her being upset with them. The quota and her, huh? This could be useful information. So we have 2 men passing out flyers and trying to talk people into buying these T-phones. And some authority figure they refer to as her. Thank you both, you've been a big help. Oh, it was no problem at all. I hope you'll find what you're looking for. Let's keep asking around to see if we can learn anything else. Yeah, next up, here we come. Anything to go? Ooh, topic breached. I get that mass gladly.
Welcome to the Treon Mall. Here you'll
I think I might leave the episode here, because I think once we talked the topic with her, we'll probably go into where the layer of these these scammers might be, or at least where the flyers are heading, so we can make progress and find out who this her is. Because these guys that are passing out these flyers, they are doing the scam, but they're working for someone above them. And if we can get the money, I would also be glad to pick the person off that's on top of them, that is making them do these scams. That would be perfect. What can be? We'll find out on the next one. So for now, I wish you a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time. So until then,
Visit today.
bye bye.
Wish